You think the problem is that you're saying the wrong thing, so you replay conversations in your head, you reread old messages, you wonder why she laughed with someone else but answered you with one-word replies. The more you think about it, the more convinced you become that there has to be some hidden psychological trick that makes certain men unforgettable while everyone else gets ignored. And once that idea gets into your head, it's hard to let it go. That's why titles like this are so powerful. They promise a shortcut. They make you believe attraction is just another skill you haven't learned yet. But before we get into what dark psychology really is, there's something most people completely misunderstand. Real influence doesn't begin when you speak. It begins long before that. It's happening through emotion, attention, uncertainty, and perception. Most people don't notice it because it's invisible, but your brain responds to it every single day without asking for permission. Here's something fascinating about human psychology. Your brain isn't designed to notice what's constantly available. It's designed to notice what's uncertain. Neuroscientists call this the reward prediction system. When something is unpredictable, your brain releases more dopamine than when something is guaranteed. That's why unanswered questions stay in your mind longer than answered ones. It's why unfinished conversations feel impossible to forget. And it's why mystery often feels more emotionally powerful than certainty. The first dark psychology principle isn't about manipulation. It's about selective attention. People naturally place more value on what feels emotionally scarce. If you're always available, always seeking approval, always trying to fill every silence, your presence becomes predictable. And predictable things slowly disappear into the background of someone else's mind. This doesn't mean playing games. It means understanding that attention grows stronger when it has room to breathe. Think about the people you've never completely forgotten. Chances are it wasn't because they talked the most, it wasn't because they constantly chased your attention. It was because they left emotional space for your own mind to stay engaged. Psychologists call this the Zeigarnik Effect. Our brains naturally hold on to incomplete experiences more than completed ones. That's why unresolved emotions can stay with us for years, while ordinary moments disappear within days. The second principle is emotional association. Most people think attraction comes from perfect words. In reality, your brain remembers feelings far better than facts. You probably don't remember every conversation you've had over the past year, but you remember exactly how certain people made you feel. Safe, excited, curious, comfortable, nervous. Human memory is emotional before it's logical. That's why emotional experiences become lasting memories, while ordinary conversations fade almost immediately. But here's where everything changes. The goal was never to control another person's emotions. That's the illusion. The real power comes from understanding your own. Someone who desperately needs validation unknowingly gives other people control over their emotional state. Every delayed text changes their mood. Every compliment becomes a source of self-worth. Every rejection feels like proof that something is wrong with them. And that's exactly how people lose their freedom without even realizing it. Real confidence works differently. It doesn't come from winning someone's attention. It comes from no longer depending on it. Neuroscience shows that people who regulate their emotions create a stronger sense of psychological stability. Others naturally feel calmer around them because emotional states are surprisingly contagious. We constantly mirror the emotions of the people around us without realizing it. Confidence isn't something you perform. It's something other people experience when you're genuinely comfortable with yourself. The third principle is perception. People rarely respond to reality alone. They respond to the story their brain creates about reality. Cognitive psychologists have studied this for decades. We fill in missing information with assumptions, expectations, and personal beliefs. That's why two people can experience the exact same conversation and walk away with completely different interpretations. Human behavior isn't driven only by facts, it's driven by meaning. The fourth principle is emotional consistency. Most people think being impressive creates attraction, but research consistently shows that emotional safety creates stronger long-term trust than excitement alone. When someone knows they don't have to guess who you'll be tomorrow, their nervous system begins to relax. Consistency isn't boring. To the human brain, it's security, and security is incredibly rare in a world filled with uncertainty. The fifth principle is identity. Every decision you make quietly teaches other people how to see you. More importantly, it teaches your own brain who you believe you are. Every time you betray your values just to keep someone's attention, your mind notices. Every time you stay silent because you're afraid of losing someone, your identity shifts a little further away from who you actually want to become. The most powerful psychology doesn't happen between two people, it happens inside one person. So maybe the real question isn't how to secretly control any woman. Maybe that's the wrong question from the very beginning. Maybe the better question is this: why do you feel like you need control in the first place? Is it because you're seeking connection or because you're afraid of losing it? Those are two completely different motivations, and the answer might reveal far more about your own mind than anyone else's ever could.